So in the black community, oftentimes being a rapper comes with a lot of responsibility. You're often thrown into the role of a role model. Sometimes you're looked at as a big brother, an uncle, a cousin. Of course, you become a socialite. It comes with a lot of fame. If you're a good rapper, if you become successful, of course. And a lot of times these guys don't ask to be placed in these roles, but just like I said, it kind of comes with the success. And most of the people looking up to rappers are younger black males. So when you have younger black males looking up to you, you do have an image to uphold. They are expecting you to dress a certain way. They are expecting you to carry yourself a certain way. They're expecting you to date women a certain way and treat women a certain way. And being openly attracted to transgender women is not something your typical fan base accept or support. In that case, what do you do as a man when you have urges and you have attractions and you have desires and fantasies for a transgender woman? All right, tricking. When you're tricking, the number one rule is always pay them what they ask for. So when you decide to not pay them what they ask for, you find yourself in a position where you could possibly be outed. And that's exactly what happened to Young Buck. So before I begin this commentary, I do want to mention that this is all alleged. We do not know if this to be true, even though there are videos, there are screenshots, there is documentation that could lead us to believe that this is true. I have to say this is alleged, and no desire to be malicious. Information is being used for educational purposes only. Okay, so with that being said, Young Buck is an American rapper who is the lead of his own record label, Cashville. But most of us know Young Buck from the music group G Unit. Young Buck was in G Unit with members such as 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, The Game, and I'm pretty sure some other guys who I really don't remember. Those are the main members of the group. Unit was very popular back in the early 2000s. I mean, they were all right to me. I'm young, so, I mean, if I heard it on the radio, I listened to it, but G-Unit was not my type of music that I was interested in. But I do know who Young Buck is. Still to this day, Young Buck is fine as hell. He's a chocolate man. He's in shape. He's tall, naturally masculine, naturally kind of hood. Got a beard. He still got a little gold teeth in his mouth. He looks younger than 41. He definitely gives the trade that the LGBTQ community typically goes for. He's not a guy that would have an issue getting a trans woman or getting a feminine gay man if he wanted one. So that's why I don't understand why he was tricking so much. You couldn't just meet, but we'll get there. So there have been rumors about Young Buck being attracted to transgender women and gay men for quite some time. Now, with me doing my research, I wasn't able to find anything prior to 2018, although I know I had been hearing the rumors longer than that. But in 2018, Young Buck was, and I'm going to say allegedly exposed by a transgender woman for coming to her hotel room. She had video of him in her hotel room coming to get oral sex. He was supposed to pay her. And I'm guessing when he got there, he thought he was just going to get the sex and not provide her with her money. This is where y'all keep going wrong at. If you're going to be a trick, pay them what they ask for. This is not a game. A lot of these ladies pay their bills this way. Anyways, he was exposed by the transgender woman. It was clearly him in the video. Soon after she exposed him, he denied the rumors. A lot of celebrities picked up on it. 50 Cent started to clown him. Black men started to clown him like they do, which is the reason why so many black men stay in the closet and are so deceptive or embarrassed and ashamed of who they are because of the black culture. Nevertheless, at a certain age as a man, you got to stand up in your truth. So I can't blame it on anybody but Young Buck at this point. The transgender woman exposed Young Buck. After the video went viral, Young Buck gave the woman a call. She recorded the conversations. Well, I don't know why he thinks she wasn't going to record the conversation. She recorded the conversation between them where Young Buck asked her to retract the statement, take the information down, put out a statement, and he was going to send her $2,000. The transgender woman recorded him because she did not believe him. And my thing is this, I wouldn't believe you either. If you said you were going to send me $2,000, why couldn't you just provide me with the money you were supposed to provide me with when you came in the first place? I think LGBTQ people are stupid sometimes, I believe. No. So, shortly after, the transgender woman started doing interviews. She also released a conversation between those two where we could hear Young Buck's voice in the video begging her to take the video down. Young Buck, how could you lie and say that's not... You would have to be a fool to say that wasn't you in that video. But that's how crazy and delusional these download men are. Some of them are really delusional. So the information dies down after a little while. He doesn't speak on it anymore. He still continues to deny the claims. Later on, popular blogger Tasha K did make a statement on one of her videos about Young Buck living with his now transgender girlfriend and basically alluded to the fact that he was coming out the closet. Young Buck denied those rumors as well. Because the transgender woman actually had video of him inside her room, Young Buck had to make a public statement. So he did an interview with DJ Vlad. In the interview with DJ Vlad, he says that upon hearing the rumor, he immediately just denied it because he knew that he wasn't gay and he knew he wasn't attracted to transgender women. But then he goes on to say once he saw the video and he realized that it was him in the video and he couldn't deny it, he basically came out and made a statement saying that he came to the hotel room with the understanding that he was going to be getting oral sex from a female, a biological woman. And when he got to the hotel room, he found out that it wasn't a woman and he left. I mean, just the stupidest, the dumbest, craziest lie he could come up with just to get people off his back. You know, the crazy thing is some people fell for it because even DJ Vlad said he believed the guy. Yeah, you're an idiot as well. This is how far download men will go to cover that thing up. To the point where you've been exposed by multiple transgender women. They have video of you inside the hotel room. We clearly know that is you. We clearly hear your voice in the audio recording begging her to take it down and that you will send her $2,000. And you will still go on a public platform and lie and say that it's not you. This is how ashamed these men are of LGBTQ. They're ashamed of you. They don't want to be attached to you. They don't want to be known for sleeping with you. They don't feel any allegiance or alliance to you. They do not feel like they're a part of the LGBTQ. I've already told y'all that. They want is that good old sex, baby. Y'all gonna learn it. I'm gonna keep telling you every video. All they want is sex until you understand it. Unfortunate about Young Buck's story is to this day he is still denying the rumors and saying that he is not gay or bisexual or trans attracted, whichever title he wants to claim. And this is typically how the download lifestyle goes. Mr. C's story, if you watch the story I put out on DJ Mr. C, him coming out and openly expressing his attraction to transgender women, that's not typically how the download lifestyle goes. Most men will never admit it openly to the heterosexual community. Most men will never live in their truth. Most of them will take it to the grave with them. And Young Buck is a perfect example. As attractive as he is, as successful as he was, as talented as he still is, as young as he still is to make a change in his life and still be able to live a happily ever after, he's not interested in that. And you know why? Because these men don't want to be gay. They don't want to be a part of LGBTQ. They only want that sex. So even though at this point we can say this Negro loves transgender women, like the amount of times that you've been exposed, you love transgender women, and you're just like a lot of black men. Y'all just so cowardly. It's the lack of courage and pride for me. It's really a turnoff at a certain point. It's just like, wow, they're really that serious? Like, what are these men going to do to you? They're already not supporting you. They're going to beat you up. Can't take away your success in the rap game. They can't discredit you. They can't say you're not a good rapper. They can't say you're not attractive. Most of the men who would talk trash to you probably don't even look half as good as this man looks. But it starts within his mind. He doesn't feel like being attracted to transgender women or feminine men, whatever he likes, is socially acceptable. So he's going to allow outside factors and society of people who does nothing for him control him and dictate his happiness. Unfortunate, but he has to feel like he's enough, and he has to feel like he's still a man, even though he may have an attraction to transgender women. I can sit here and say, you're still a masculine man, you're still a man, you're not less of a father, you're not less of a black man, you're still successful, you're still whatever, you're still a great rapper. I can sit and tell you that all day. But if he doesn't feel that truly in his heart, he's just going to be the same Downlow man that the rest of them are. Me personally, I believe every transgender woman and gay man that has come out about Young Buck. What do we have to lie about y'all for? There are so many beautiful, attractive men in the LGBTQ community. No one is just running behind y'all just to run behind y'all. Y'all come over here looking for things, and once y'all get over here, y'all never leave. As of now, the latest article that I saw alleges that Young Buck is living with his girlfriend, so he is in a heterosexual relationship. Girl, I wish him the best. Listen, one thing about Downlow men, they choose their own misery. That's one thing I'm going to tell you that. They choose their own misery, baby. You don't have to wish it upon them, because as long as they're lying, living in a false reality, will never be free. Young Buck could come out the closet and literally be in a relationship with almost any transgender woman that he wanted to be. I feel like he's that attractive. Most of the girls would be with him. But you have to understand, again, Downlow men don't want relationships. They just want the sex. Remember that. But that's it for the Young Buck story, child. Let me know your opinion in the comment. See you next time.